In this extended video I will give you as much information on the Singer 78 as I was able to find. I have other videos with the practical stuff. This is only the information about the Singer 78. Let's start with the obvious. It's an industrial Singer sewing machine. It measures 47.5 by 18 centimeters. That's about 18 3/4 by 7 inches. Thus it is a standard industrial sized machine. The head alone weighs about 50 pounds, over 22 kilos, and then you have to add the base and in some cases also the motor. It adds up. Some say the 78 is a rare machine. The numbers confirm that. According to the serial number information on ISMEX, I concluded there are around 30,000 units produced in about half a century, from around 1910 to 1960 or later, in batches from 25 up to 1,000 machines, with a peak in the 1920s, as you can see in this graph I made. I think the 78 was only produced in Elizabethport, New Jersey, and nowhere else. So 30,000 units in total. Let's compare that with another industrial machine, shall we? The Kilbowie plant in Scotland produced over 1 million units of the Singer 31K in that same period of 50 years. Not even counting the 31s made in other factories. 1 million 31s in Kilbowie alone. Some batches of the 31K even exceeded the total amount of the Model 78 ever produced in 50 years. That's staggering. And then compare it to a domestic Singer. Take the Singer 28K and 128K. In the same 5 decades, close to 5 million sewing machines in the Kilbowie plant alone. Not even counted what was produced in other factories. One plant alone. And this is a low estimate because the serial number of this Singer 128K is not listed on ISMEX. So the numbers produced exceeded the numbers in the list. And now I'm at it, the Model 15 and its variations, between those exact 50 years as the 78, almost 15 million 15s in Scotland alone. So yes, the 78 is far more rare than the industrial 31 and some Singers for domestic use. All 3 versions are a needle feed machine. On ISMEX it's stated that it's also a walking foot, but the original Singer manual does not confirm that. But it looks like it's a walking foot too. However, there's no underfeed, so no teeth of the feed dogs below and in your material. According to a Singer document from 1926, the 78 is a very versatile machine. It can be used for, among others, flags, awnings, haversacks, tents and saddles, all written down by Singer in 1926. Well, that's impressive. And then, why should you use a vintage machine? Well, first, they are cool, they are tough, and they have proven they can do the job. And second, they are cheap, and parts of some machines can easily be ordered, such as the tension unit for this 78-1. Important when you're using it in low speeds. The modern machines will pump oil from the reservoir only when you're working in high speeds. In older machines, such like this one, you need to oil it every couple of hours manually. But at least you can reach the places you need to oil. The faceplate does not have to be removed every time. There are holes near the points you need to oil often. Enough on the oil. Let's talk about needles. Both the Singer 78-1 and the 78-3 operate with 3 needle types. The 1699, the 16100 and the 16198. Only the 16x99 is still being sold, also known as the SY3060 and the TFX99. Although it can be hard to get. Our class 78 needs a long needle, from the top of the shaft down to the top of the eye, 37.5 1.3 millimeters. That's the same length as the 108x1. So the 108x1 might be an option, but I haven't given that a try. Some people use the modern 29x3 needle, but you have to adjust the timing in order to use it. My 78 works fine with the 134/35 needles for FAF machines. I have a separate video on retiming the Singer 78 to accommodate more common needles. The needle must be inserted all the way up with the groove on the left. And now the bobbins. I'm glad to inform you that the bobbin is the same as used in other more common vintage sewing machines, such as the class 31 and the class 96. It is the part number or model number 2996. The 78 is a great machine to work with, even without reverse. And as an extra bonus, it's an old and rare machine with a walking foot and a needle feed. If you want to know how to thread the machine or want to know how to retime the needle bar, I also made multiple videos on this Singer, like retiming the needle bar, threading, and a long video with more practical information on these machines. So I made separate videos on threading, maintenance and so on. That can be helpful if you need some more information with a visual aid. Did I do a good job? Hit the like button. Did I miss anything? Leave a comment below. I'll try to answer every question and every comment. That's it for now. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next video.